Hey guys, Chris from Hockey Tutorial here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the previous generation JetSpeeds versus CCM's brand new JetSpeed FT1s. We're going to be telling you what's changed and giving you a little bit more information about the new tech that you can find in the FT1s. As always, we're going to start at the base of the skates and then work our way up. Now, when we look at the previous JetSpeeds, CCM used the Hyperglide runner and the Speedblade 4.0 holder, and looking at the new FT1s, it's the exact same holder and runner, so absolutely no changes here. But a quick brief of what the Hyperglide runner provides. Because of its uniquely polished surface, it helps to reduce drag on the ice, which is going to help with gliding and general striding. Moving up from the holder and the runners to take a look at the outsole. With the original JetSpeeds, CCM fitted these with a fully composite ventilated outsole. Now, when I mean ventilated, it has a perforation or hole at the base of the skate to allow any excess heat or moisture to exit the boot, helping to keep you dry on the ice. Now, when we look at the outsole on the FT1s, this is where we're going to see the majority of all the changes, because if you look closely, there is absolutely no outsole on these skates. This is CCM's brand new one-piece boot frame. Now, what that means is where you would traditionally see an outsole attaching the body of the skate to the holder and then the blade, that piece is no longer required. Now, this is technology that we have never seen on the previous JetSpeeds, but we have seen it on the SuperTech skates before, and it's fantastic to see CCM introducing it to these new FT1 skates. This gives the boot numerous benefits, the first one being increased stiffness. So this skate being aimed at an elite level of play, it needs to have a stiff and supportive structure to be able to deal with the amount of stress that the boot is put under while it performs on the ice. But aside from this, the entire one-piece boot frame is thermoreactive. This means that you get a 360-degree contact point between your foot and the body of the skate. Now, we often talk about negative space when we look at top-end skates. This is basically any empty room or space inside the skate that isn't required, wasted space. What happens is if you have a lot of negative space inside a boot, your foot rattles around inside of it, so any movements that you make can't be translated effectively onto the ice. With CCM's one-piece boot frame, it provides 360-degree contact between the skate and your foot. So any movements or motions that you make with the skate are going to then be translated directly onto the blade, making these skates incredibly responsive. The elimination of the outsole also aids the responsiveness of these boots, because it means that all the motion is going from the boot to the holder and the blade, instead of having to go through the carbon fiber outsole. A fantastic upgrade that you're really going to feel when you hit the ice with the FT1s. Another benefit of the one-piece boot frame is CCM have been able to shave off a drastic amount of weight compared to the previous generation of JetSpeeds. Now, because they've eliminated the need for that outsole, it means that they've removed a lot of excess materials from the skate. This includes glues, clips, pins that were all in place to hold the outsole to the body of the skate and then onto the holder. Now, eliminating all of these pieces means that you're going to save a lot of weight. When you take a closer look at the skate, you start to see a few other changes that CCM have made to the body of the boot that have a massive impact on its performance. Now, when you look at this area over here, you can clearly see that the CCM graphics, the color scheme of the skates looks much better, much more noticeable than the previous generation of JetSpeeds. But this isn't just to create a flashy skate, it's all functional. CCM removed any non-performance pieces from the skate or non-performance materials. So if the skate had a piece of material on it that wasn't benefiting its performance, CCM got rid of it. This includes little things like how the logo is attached onto the body of the skate. If you look at the previous generation of JetSpeeds, there was a separate piece of material that was stitched to the structure of the skate that had the CCM logo and this red accent that you can see over here. But when we look closely at the new FT1s, the CCM logoing here and all of these embellishments are all fused to the body of the skate. Nothing has been added on. Again, if we look around the eyelets, you can see some synthetic leathers that have been attached onto the skate. And when we look at the eyelets of the FT1s, there are no synthetic leathers present here. Every piece on the FT1s is to benefit their performance. And if it doesn't exist on the boot. It's why CCM have been able to make one of the best performing and lightest skates that they've ever made before. Taking a quick look at both of these tongues, CCM have again continued to use their Tritech technology, so the construction of both of these tongues is going to be very similar. The main difference that you'll notice with both of these tongues is going to be in the lace bite protection. Now, when we compare it to the FT1s, it's going to be a little bit thicker, a little bit more protective, but still low profile enough for it not to impede on our skating or the ability for the tongue to be able to flex forward. So that's the area that you're going to see the main improvement, aside from obviously the changes in the graphics, but it's going to be in that lace bite protection. Having used the original JetSpeeds and also the FT1s, I can definitely say that the lace bite protection in the FT1s is a big improvement from the previous generation. Aside from that, the feel of the white felt inside is going to be exactly the same. The thickness of the white felt as well is pretty much exactly the same as the previous generation. A quick look at the tendon guards of both of these skates. With the new FT1s, we did notice that CCM have beefed up the tendon support a little bit, so you can expect to get more life out of the tendon guard on the new FT1 skates. Now taking a look at the liners of both of these skates. With the JetSpeeds, we saw a dual zone Clarino liner, which is this red area over here, with the tacky backing along the back. Moving on to the FT1s, the first thing that you notice inside these things is that CCM have definitely toned down the red, but aside from this, you're going to notice a lot of upgrades inside the liners of the boot. CCM have added a lot of extra materials around the high abrasion or high wear areas of the skates, which means that you're going to really get long life out of these liners. All of the areas that can be problematic for skates that are used repeatedly during the week, because of those extra materials that CCM have added in these high abrasion areas, you can expect these liners to last much longer than what we saw previously on the original JetSpeeds. Now the changes may appear subtle, but those players that skate more than twice a week are really going to benefit from having longer life inside their liners. When we look at the material CCM are using inside the FT1's liners, it's their new Total Dry liners. This is the same material or the same liner that you can expect to find in the 70Ks, which have phenomenal moisture wicking properties. Along with the perforation or the hole that we showed you in the base of the skate earlier in the video, these liners are going to work hand in hand with that hole at the base of the skate to make sure that the skate stays as dry as possible, keeping you comfortable and light while you're on the ice. Also taking a quick look at the necks of both of these skates, CCM have still maintained their comfort pads, which is the soft cushioning around the neck or the top of the skate. This is just going to help to alleviate any pressure at one point. They've still maintained this technology that they've moved from the original JetSpeeds to the FT1s, but they have reduced the size of it. They've just been a little bit more strategic about where it's been placed. Again, remembering that the FT1s are a performance skate aimed at an elite level of play. So wherever CCM is able to shave off weight and keep the skate light, that's exactly what they're going to do. So if you currently have the previous or the first generation of JetSpeeds and you're considering if it's worth upgrading onto the new FT1s, absolutely do it. I had the previous JetSpeeds for well over a year, skated on them multiple times per week, loved those skates. And the transition from the previous JetSpeeds to the FT1s was pretty much seamless. The fit, although was similar, the things that I noticed was the heel lock was much more defined in the FT1s. The ankle padding and support was a lot more comfortable, a lot more padded, but the main difference was the responsiveness of the skate. I've been in situations on the ice where sometimes your skate or your edges don't do exactly what you want them to do. But the first thing I noticed using the FT1s was anything that I had in my head or anything that I wanted to do and translate it to the blade as quickly as I could, these skates allowed me to do it much more effectively than the previous generation of the JetSpeeds. Having said that, if you're looking to save some money, this puts you in a pretty good position because now that the FT1s have just been released, the previous generation or the first generation of JetSpeeds are now going to be on sale. These are still a fantastic skate. So if you don't quite yet have the budget to be able to spend the amount of money that you need to be able to pick up the FT1s, don't put aside the original JetSpeeds. These are still a phenomenal set of skates that I would still strongly recommend that you buy. But either way, CCM are doing incredible things with their equipment and their skates right now, and we can't wait to see what they're going to do next. Thank you very much for watching this video. As always, if you want to see more videos just like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Check out all of the other videos that we have along the side of the screen over there. And before you go anywhere, do not forget to hit that subscribe button because we can't make these videos without your support. And if you want to see any other VS videos, make sure you comment down below. Let us know what you want to see and we'll go ahead and make that for you. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe and take care till next time.
And I mean,
I know ciao means bye.
Yeah.
Ahoy is hi.